Hi guys, it's Shellybeans. I'm back. Welcome back to my channel. It's another Shelly's Corner today. And because I've just been talking to myself and to avoid talking to the mirror that's behind me, and I decided why not make a video since apparently I'm in a talkative mood. But I wanted to talk about adulting and just, it was something I think I touched on a little bit in the last video, but I really just wanted to discuss what does it mean to be an adult and a lot of insecurities that I have about being an adult. So I guess I'll just start. When I was younger, I always saw adults as like the ones who knew everything. They were the ones who were aware of how the world works. They were the ones you went to for guidance. They were the ones who were like responsible about everything. They were the ones that like when you had no clue what was going on, you ran and told an adult. And like I feel like that's how it should work when you're a child, right? And I still kind of believe that to an extent. But now that I'm older and I understand some more things, I understand that like adults are like we're just humans, and we still have some of the same tendencies as when we were children. But I guess it's what they say about, you know everything at 18, nothing at 23 or 22 is very true. And at 22 right now, I am very much realizing how true that is. Or at least like how true that feels. Like when I was 18, yeah, I was nervous about going to college, but it felt very familiar because there was school and classmates and extracurriculars for school and homework and things of that nature, and it was just like a little bit more responsibility than I had before. Like I just wasn't living with my parents. It was almost like I was just having sleepovers with my friends at school, and yeah, and then every once in a while we would go out and like party, and that's what it was. That's what college was. And it felt like once I got used to it, like 2 weeks, 3 weeks into moving into college, like it was easy for me. It was easy peasy. It didn't like I was stressed out a bit like on the academic front because I was having a bit of a gifted kid burnout, but in terms of like my age and what I was doing, nothing felt wrong or like I was falling behind. And now I've graduated, coming up to almost a year graduated. In May I will be a year graduated, and I'm 22. I've moved to an entirely new city, free of rent, of course, because I live with my grandma. Thank you, grandma. And I'm unemployed, and I'm not in school, and I have friends who are in school. I have friends who are employed. I have friends who are employed and in school. I have friends who are unemployed, like me. But it feels really hard when you look around and people are like telling you like be an adult, be an adult, be an adult, be an adult. And I say that too sometimes, like, but I'm talking about emotionally. And it's like really hard for me to figure out how to, I don't know, like be okay, I guess, with where I'm at in life, but also not be complacent, right? Like be like, it's okay that you're 22 and you're unemployed, but not be complacent in it and be like, I'm 22, so I'll just be unemployed. Like, but it's also the capitalist nature of everything and how they're squeezing the dollar out of everybody. And like I'm a very I don't do in-betweens very well. I'm very much like it's this or this. Like I'm very bad at in-betweens for a lot of things with when I'm feeling things. So when I feel like something is wrong, I just don't want to participate in it at all, right? So capitalism. And I don't want to participate in it at all. But I like buy food and I buy things, but like I don't want to be a laborer. Like I'm okay with being a consumer but not a laborer, and like that's something I have to work through in my head. But that's not the point. The point is that I think that sometimes I use the whole capitalism of it all, and they're exploiting us of it all as an excuse in my head to be more okay with unemployment, even though I'm not really okay with it. I really need to get out of this apartment and like not have cabin fever all the time. But it's just I don't know, like there's so many things that I feel like my mom does so many things for me, and I feel like I don't even want to put that out there. But like I don't know, there are so many things that I don't know I'd be able to do without her. And that worries me because I'm 22. There are things that I should be able to do as a 22-year-old. Like I should be able to confidently go and renew my passport and like not be fulfilled with like so much anxiety and stress over it at 22. I should be able to renew my driver's license and get a new one without feeling like super stressed out and anxious and like worried. Like the thought of taxes and insurance and rent and all these fancy made up words and things just like stress me out of like, these are things that I need to know and I need to be educated on, and I'm not. And it scares me that I'm not, but then I'm also not taking the initiative to learn, and so then it's my fault. But it's like, even just thinking about it stresses me out, so I don't even want to like do it. And it's just like I'm in a cage in my own mind where like I know what the steps are to get out of it. I'm not doing it, and I don't know why. And it's stressing me out. Like, how do you be an adult in a climate like this? You know, how do you be an adult when you spent your entire childhood in fear of like getting shot, and you spent your adulthood afraid of that too, but like you have no prospects of like a future. Like, how do I grow up and like adult in a world where it feels like there's no future? Because those like adulting things are things that are like necessary for like a future. You know, like the mortgage and the cars and the kids and the marriage and all that stuff. Like, but I don't want any of that stuff. For real. And I don't, oh well, the car and the house part, but I don't know about the marriage and kids part. Like, I don't really want any of that stuff for real. But like, I don't even know how to, I feel like I don't know how to do things, and it stresses me out that I don't know how to do things. I'm trying not to cry. Because I have makeup on. I'm not even going anywhere, but like I really don't want the tear to come out, and it's coming out. Okay. No, it's not coming out. Okay, it's still in there. Okay. I don't know, and I feel like even in this video that I'm making right now, I feel like I'm just doing a bunch of complaining. And I'm just complaining. And like, I think also right now I'm thinking about it because I've been watching Shameless, and I'm sitting there and I'm thinking to myself like, Debbie, I think, like, knows more than I do of like how to just get stuff done. And the part that I'm at, Debbie's 13, like I could never do what Fiona and Lip do. Like, I could never be like in charge of a group. Like, and it's also, I think it feels like a failure on my part of like being the older sister. Like, I feel like I'm not deserving of that title because I didn't like actually raise my sister because I had my parents. And I'm not saying that I didn't want to have parents or anything like that, and I'm grateful that I didn't have to step up and, you know, become a parent as a child. I'm grateful for that, and I'm happy about that. But I also feel like I don't know enough, and I'm not independent enough, and I feel like I don't know, I feel like I'm growing up slower than my peers, if that makes sense. I feel like I'm being left behind. I feel like whether or not you actually had to grow up to like support your siblings and yourself as a child, or you just grew up by nature of like you just wanted to be grown, like people, I feel like I'm behind everybody. Where I'm not where I'm supposed to be in terms of being an adult and being like prepared and put together and all of those things. Like I just think to myself, like I think what it comes down to is I feel like I have no survival skills. You know? Like I think to myself, like, what if something happens and I don't have the stability that I have right now in terms of like housing and like eating, right? I don't have survival skills. Like I feel like I don't fight for anything as hard as I should. Like I don't fight to provide for myself as hard as I should. And maybe there's some self-loathing there of thinking that I don't deserve to be stable and taken care of. Like I don't deserve to do that for myself. But also I feel like I'm incapable. Like I don't think that I'm capable of taking care of myself. And that scares me. And it's like really disorienting. And it's just like how do I like, and the thing is like asking the question of how do I fix this, it's like the answer is just like you have to just do. You have to just get up. You just have to get up and do it. Like, but what is an adult really? Like what is being an adult really? Because I see people who are adults who like are being adults, like they have things paid for and all that stuff, but yet they're still like falling apart at the seams all the time. Like, is that what being an adult is? Is being an adult constantly falling apart and constantly putting yourself back together? Like, is that what it is? Is it like trying to make sure you don't burst at the seams by constantly stitching yourself back together? Like, is that what being an adult is? Is being an adult just like tripping and stumbling but never quite falling? And just existing in every moment and in every state as is? Taking one day at a time? Like, because in my head there's like a moment where like you make it and you're like, I am a functional adult, and you have it together. But things change, life changes, and then you don't have it together. And that's scary. And maybe I'm scared to get it together because if I at one point if I never have it together, then I can never fall apart. You know? If the plate's broken, it can't break. You know? Like, and if I have it together, then something can come and mess it up, and then I'd have to fix it. And I'd have to just keep doing that. Over and over and over again. But is that just life? Is that what that is? Because nothing is ever going to stay the same in life. Things are going to change all the time. Because there's so many different variables to everything. That things are going to change. And you can't every change is not going to be good change, and every change is not going to be bad change, and you can't expect when change is going to come, and everything is just going to be so unpredictable, and you never know what's going to happen. You never know what's going to stop you in your tracks. You never know what's going to like hinder you, hurt you, help you, and you have to just pick yourself up again. You just have to keep moving forward. Shout out Meet the Robinsons. Like, you just have to keep moving forward. Oh my gosh, I get that movie now. I mean, I got that movie in like a general sense, but now I'm really feeling that movie. I never liked that movie really as a kid. But now I'm like really resonating with it. I think I might have to rewatch it later. But like, I guess that's what it really comes down to. This is why I rant. This is why I talk, because I figure things out about myself when I'm just talking through. Like, this is my headspace. And when I'm just talking through things out loud, like, I realize things about myself. And now I'm really starting to think that, like, the reason why I struggle so hard with, like, fixing things and being an adult and getting my life together is because, like, if I do, then I actively have to work to maintain that. And if my life is just apart and it's just never fixed together, then I never have to fix anything. It's just unraveled. And I never have to, like, I can just keep it unraveled. I don't have to keep trying to, like, tie it around and sew it back up and whatever. Like, it can just be unraveled. But living in that state of chaos gives me so much anxiety. But when you've like been in that anxiety for like a decent amount of time, it just kind of like, it's like a lull in the back of your head that only like comes up when there's like a scenario that really triggers it to the forefront of your mind. I'm really having an epiphany here. So what does it mean to be an adult? I don't know. I don't know. I still don't know. But talking for like 17 minutes isn't really gonna tell me anything, is it? Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna, yeah. Yeah. So that's kind of the video. I think I'm gonna stop there because I think I don't really have anything left to think. More so just figuring out my next step because I've realized some things here. Anyways, thank you for joining me in this realization of my life and like this epiphany that I've come to, which I'm sure there are people who have come to it before me. I know, like, there's nothing new under the sun, what my mom would tell me. Yeah. But it just clicked in my brain for me, so. Okay. See you guys in the next one. Bye.